Okay, right now I want to talk about control, and I'm talking a little low because it's late. But I want to talk about control, but control as it relates to Black women and how they want so desperately to change the behaviors of certain Black men. And I am specifically talking about this, I think his name is Billy Porter. Okay, I haven't watched TV in a while, but I've seen a lot of thumbnails about this guy wearing a dress at the Oscars, and I was looking at a certain woman um, speak about him, right? And so what she said was she was talking about the effeminization of Black men. Okay, but that's not anything that stood out to me. What stood out to me is that she said, Black women, we need to go out of our way to return masculinization back to Black men. She said, Black women need to go out of their way to get masculinity back in Black men. Okay? So I'm not going to really criticize people for the way they think. Everybody has their own way of thinking. But this is why I called it control. Why have a son by a male and then think it is the Black woman's responsibility to masculinize the man? See, I think this is a problem with control. But you guys let me know what you think. And why is it? Because like I said, I'm beyond even getting frustrated with women who continue to do this. But I want to look at this as some kind of case study for those who want to participate. I want this to be some kind of case study, and everybody say their different ideas of why this is. It's definitely an issue with control, the same way the same type of women like to control who other Black women date. Okay, these are the same kind of women who tell Black women to only be with a Black man, whether in the United States or outside of the United States, as long as he's Black. These are the same kind of women. This is an issue with control. It's an issue with control. And I think when a person has this much of a problem with control, I feel like it's something in their own life they're not looking at. So this is not even about me even criticizing this Billy Porter guy, because I don't care what he did. It's his life. And if he likes it, I love it. I have no problem with what Billy Porter did or with what he wore. I don't have a problem with what Black men do with their own lives. The only problem I ever had with a lot of Black men, and this isn't even personal, okay, is that they could not have just moved on. If they wanted to date non-Black women, they could not have just done it without throwing their own women under the bus, with their own counterparts under the bus, okay? That's the only problem I have with them. And they went online to blame all of their counterparts for their problems, okay? Along with white men, blaming white men and their own counterparts. That's the issue I always had with them. Other than that, the sexual orientation, whatever they choose to wear, I don't care, because you know what, they are doing what they want to do. When I look at some of these billboards outside of Los Angeles, talking about God loves gay Black men too, I've seen that. A lot of these are sponsored by Black men themselves. They are living their lives, and Black women can't seem to handle that. And I notice it's a certain type of Black woman that cannot seem to handle that. And it's the same kind of Black woman that wants to control who other Black women want to sleep with. The same kind of Black woman tells other Black women not to expand their options. I'm noticing this, and I believe this is an issue with control. Why would you tell a group of, like I said, I'm not going to criticize this lady for the way she thinks, because I don't control what's in people's heads. But I just want to analyze this. I want this to be a case study. Why would you tell Black women to go out of their way to return the masculinity back into Black men? I mean, if this is problematic with Black men, maybe Black women need to hold off on having male children until they can find a proper role model that's going to teach him to be a man. That would be the best option right now. Because right now they don't have the best role models when it comes to manhood. So it's not Black women's job to teach a man to be a man. If you have a bunch of boys that don't have an example of what a man looks like, maybe it's time to let that gender go for a while until you can until you can get the proper role models like other patriarchs have. Okay. So anyway, I just want to dissect that. Tasking a bunch of women to return the masculinity back in the Black male. Because she already knows not to say this to the Black men. She already knows not to tell Black men to work with their boys, to work with younger boys. She already knows not to even do that because she knows it's not going to get anywhere. So she wants to task Black women with returning masculinity back to Black men. Well, Black women were blamed for the reason why they were effeminate anyway. Okay? But here's another thing with the control I want to get into before I get off of here. These guys are living their life. They're doing exactly what they want to do. This is what I want to get into, other than just telling Black women to return masculinity back into Black men and all this stuff. This is the other part of control I want to get into. Billy Porter is happy with his life. A lot of these men are happy with their lives. So who are you to try to change the way they live? These are grown men. These are grown men. If you want to see little Black boys and you care that much, because you're going to have to start with the Black boys, but you can't help Black boys until you find a proper male role model. Don't just have a bunch of Black boys and then don't have no father to take care of them. That's not going to work for him. Okay? So you can't do nothing with these grown Black men the same way you can't do nothing with grown Black women. These guys are already doing exactly what they want to do, and you can't do nothing to change it. And to me, for you to feel like you can is a problem with control, because I'm not even about to judge these men for what they choose to do, especially when it comes to their sexual orientation. This man is honest about how he lives his life, at least. Okay? He's honest. He's not marrying nobody and having a bunch of children so he can look one way in front of the community and then live a double life. No, he's living the way exactly how he wants to live. But you have certain controlling Black women that's going to task other Black women with changing his mind. You cannot change his mind. This is an issue with control. And why is that? Because I feel like there is so much for each of us to work with in our own lives that we really need not worry about what other people are doing. Okay? But you ain't going to save no grown man like you ain't going to save no grown women who don't want to change. And the best thing you can do is start with the little boys, but you can't do nothing with the little boys until you do something about the lack of fatherhood, okay, and the lack of proper male role models, because the Black woman ain't going to turn no boy into a man. But that's all I have to say about that, and you guys let me know what you think. Okay.